Addiesdive AD2040 comes with a splash, literally, a homage of the iconic Yacht and Diver with some twists. The diver watch aesthetic is loved by most, even though not many enjoy the rigors of underwater activities. They just look ultra cool. The flush stainless steel cases, rotatable bezels. This Addiesdive gives you the look, the feel, the features and tool functionality as well. You get 200 meters of water resistance, anti-reflective coating, a contemporary bright blue lume on the dial indices and Mercedes-style hands. You get a date window, extreme low maintenance with a battery replacement every 3 years due to the Miyota 2115 quartz movement. You get precision accuracy with only 20-second variants per month. You also get a screw-inside crown and a screw-down case back. But there's more twists on this watch. So now we come to the exciting bit, and this is the fact that, well, it's not a customizable watch, but it does feel like a modded watch of sorts because there's so many options you can actually go with. So basically you get 5 colors of the Riho, and the color of the Riho is the same color as the seconds pointer. So you can either go for the green that I went here, or you can go for the red, the orange, the yellow or the blue. Now the cool thing is that you can get this watch on a bracelet or the strap. So the silicone straps actually come in the same color as the Riho and the seconds pointers, while the bracelet obviously is a stainless steel bracelet. Now there's another mod or optionality with this watch, and that is the actual bezel color. So there's either this choice, the silver or basically the usual stainless steel color of the bezel, or you can go for a black bezel. And considering that this is an aluminum bezel, it's got embossed indices, markings and numerals. We know what that looks like. So it's pretty cool, right? You get the play of light on the different brushing styles on this bezel. But we'll get into that as we get through the review. Now to the pricing. Well, I paid $32 for the watch on the strap. If you want to go for the watch with the bracelet, you'll be paying $40. And I've left the links to both of the listings with the strap and the bracelet in the description below the video, so make sure to check it out if you're after a sharp price. And now without further ado, let's get into this exciting review of the Addiesdive AD2040. Let's do it. The dimensions here are 40.5 millimeters in diameter. The lug-to-lug length is just 46 millimeters. The height is 12.7 millimeters. The lug-to-lug width is 20 millimeters. The weight of the watch on the strap is just 82 grams, so really quite light and comfortable. The watch homages an iconic diver watch, but there's so many adjustments and twists that AD2040 packs in that turns this classic into a fun and unique watch that brings a modern styling to the scene. The profile of the case is almost flat, with only some slanting of the lug tips downwards. But really is that needed considering the lug-to-lug measurement is just 46 millimeters. So with this length, it can fit practically any wrist. You can see how it looks on my 6.5-inch wrist. There's no overhang and it sits just right. The flanks of the case are more angular than rounded. It's quite a lean case. The case walls get a consistent mirror polish. The transition to the lug hoods is smooth, with the edges smooth and no sharp edges between the facets. The bezel creates a crisp layering of the watch case. Now this is an aluminum bezel, not ceramic. The bezel here gets an array of complicated light play effects because of the mirror polish on the threading and grooves of the bezel, while the top gets a fine radial brushing, almost satin-like. The embossed markings and numerals are polished though, hence all the interesting and unique reflections that we get here. The hefty screw-in crown on the right is signed and guarded. Once again, there is interesting light play here, as the tip of the crown is satin brushed, while the fine threading is mirror polished. On the underside, we have a solid stainless steel screw-down case back. It gets specs on the perimeter and the brand logo in the center. The case looks solid and well built from every angle. The silicone strap is quite vanilla, smooth on the outer face, while the inner gets flaps of sorts which allow for ventilation of the wrist. The classic buckle is milled, not flimsy looking. Unfortunately, the brush surface is unsigned. But then again, for this price, do we want it? Well, of course we do. We always want the best, but it is as it is. The bezel action hits way above the mark. The resistance is consistent, the clicks are crisp and distinct, the grooves on the bezel edge are deep and grippy enough to allow convenient rotation even if hands are gloved. Completely unexpected is the minimal backplay between clicks. Another positive is that this 120 click bezel aligns with 12 o'clock with no hassle at all. In regards to the glass, well, we just get mineral crystal here. Is that unexpected? I don't think so, not at this price point, but we do get anti-reflective coating, which is unexpected at the $32 price point. Now, there's also the Cyclops here, and it actually does magnify the date to about the 2.5 times magnification factor, which is pretty damn cool. And now let's talk about the dial, because this is where a lot of the action happens with the Addiesdive. The dial color here is rich and deep black. It's a relatively glossy black. Well, it's more glossy than it is matte. The hour indices are applied with dabs of BGW9 lume. The indices are edged in chrome. The minute track is printed on the sloping and colored rehob. This not only adds a color flavor, it visually opens up and widens the dial. And that works real well, considering that there is the logo under the upside down triangle at the 12 o'clock and only one line of text above 6 o'clock. Now, if we take a look at the lume, firstly, the bright blue luminosity of BGW9 lume feels fresh and contemporary, just like so much on this Addiesdive Diver. It's fresh and yeah, it's contemporary, it's modern. The longevity of the lume also impresses. Now, I don't think I'll be too far off the mark if I say that this sub $40 watch actually sets almost a new standard in the longevity and the brightness of the lume. And if it sounds like I'm liking this watch, that is because I am truly and really liking it. The AD2040 takes an iconic aesthetic and makes it into a non-pretentious but contemporary and upbeat diver. The embossed aluminium bezel, the screw-on crown and screw-down case back with 200 meters of water resistance make it a serious piece of kit, but the low maintenance and high accuracy of the Miyota quartz make the watch a dependable companion almost anywhere and in any setting. So yes, I am very much impressed with this watch, and you know that on this channel I value the value we get out of a watch, and of course the price is a big factor here. So for under 40 bucks we get a really interesting piece of kit. Well, firstly, it looks awesome, it's got functionality, it's almost a tool watch. It's got the counter bezel, it's got your date window, it's a solid piece of stainless steel. Anyways, that's the watch there. I've got it in green. I think it looks really nice and rich in green. And as I mentioned, the links to the listings of both the strap version and the bracelet version are in the description below the video. So check those links out if you're after a sharp price. Now, thanks for watching the review. Hopefully you did enjoy it and found it useful. If you have, drop me a like. Also, please hit the red subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.